Good afternoon, innocent friends. I'm Father Julian Borda, and it is a great joy to be back with you again after a hiatus to start off this season of Lent. And today we're going to be starting to look at the stations of the cross and what they mean and what they show us about the journey that Jesus calls us to take as he journeys on his way to the cross. What is it that we, as Christians, as followers of his, are supposed to do? Well, again, the word that we use is follower of Jesus, and that's a very fitting word because at each of these stations we are going to be walking and following Jesus all the way to Mount Calvary, to where he died for our sakes. And in that, we are going to come to a greater appreciation and a greater love for him and for all that he has done for us. So, today we're going to look at stations 1 and 2, and then we're going to go 2 by 2 all the way through to Holy Week and Jesus' burial in the tomb at station 14. So, without further ado, we begin at the first station. You'll see here, Jesus is condemned to death. And this is an interesting, a Romanian series of paintings that are depicting the moments of Jesus's condemnation and burial. But we see here Jesus, at peace in a sense with what is going on in his life, but we see his hands are crossed as if they're about to be bound. And we see that there is a little bit of calm before the storm, but also a recognition of what is to come. At the first station, we hear what it is he's been condemned of, the lies that are told about him, and the doom, in a sense, that is awaiting him. And yet, he goes through all this. He could step down at any moment, at any station, including this first one. But he continues on his path. The scriptures for the first station are these. As soon as it was morning, the chief priests with the elders and scribes and the whole council led a consultation, and they bound Jesus and led him away and delivered him to Pilate. And they all condemned him and said, "He deserves to die." When Pilate heard these words, he brought Jesus out and sat down on the judgment seat at a place called the Pavement, but in the Hebrew, Gabbatha. Then he handed Jesus over to them to be crucified. God did not spare his own son, but delivered him up for us all. In this, we come to see this moment when everything is set. Jesus is condemned, though he is innocent, and we too, though we are not innocent, are to follow him. It is in this conviction in which he takes the punishment not for his own sins, but for ours, in which he accepts that condemnation on our behalf, that we can follow him. So may we, walking in this way of the cross, find it none other than the way of life and peace, for Jesus has chosen us. Amen. The second station, Jesus takes up his cross. It is at this moment that we learn that Jesus truly is willing to walk the walk, as we put it. He had talked about how he must die in order that all of humanity could be saved. And now we see he meant it. He is faithful to his promises. He obeys his Father even unto death. The scriptures for the second station. Jesus went out, bearing his own cross, to the place called the place of a skull, which is called in Hebrew Golgotha. Although he was a son, he learned obedience through what he suffered. Like a lamb, he was led to the slaughter, and like a sheep that before its shearers is mute, so he opens not his mouth. Worthy is the Lamb who was slain, to receive power and riches and wisdom and strength and honor and glory and blessing. The Lord has laid on him the iniquity of us all. For the transgression of my people was he stricken. In all this, we see Jesus being obedient, though he did not have to be. We see exactly what he did. He was led like an innocent lamb to the slaughter. And though he could speak out against his accusers, he was silent. And we know his worthiness. He was worthy because he, again, walked the walk. He was faithful to the covenant that he made. And now, from us, we are called to give him power and riches and wisdom and strength and honor and glory and blessing. May God grant us grace to do all of these things at this station and all throughout our Lenten journey. God bless you all. Take care.